Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Davo from Archon Esports, bringing you yet another 1v1 StarCraft 2 cast today. Today, our map is Arid Plateau, which is one of my more... I like this map quite a lot. I like to cast games on it and stuff like that. In the top right-hand corner, we have Tommy, who is our red Protoss today. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, we have MksiChakra, who, for the argument of that whole thing, I'm just going to call Chakra, because I don't want to be saying MSK. You know what, screw it, his name's just Chakra. Chakra. It's nice, it has a nice kind of ring to it. Chakra. Excellent, I like that. Excellent. So we do obviously have only 2 spawning locations on this map at the moment, so it is fairly obvious where Tommy's probe is going to go. No surprises there. But depending on what this drone is doing, no, so it does actually look like if Tommy wants to be, oh, there is the good luck, have fun. Now, that was quite a late good luck, have fun. But judging by his movement here, it doesn't look like there's any funny business going on. No, so there's a gateway on the way, of course, meaning no funny business at all. Otherwise there'll be a forge and whatnot. But it does look like Chakra is going to be getting his spawning pool pretty quickly out. I'm kind of surprised not to see him getting his expansion out yet. Actually picking up on a little bit of what I felt when Tommy, good luck and have fun, and actually having a little bit of a scout around his base. And it's important to note that Chakra is a rude individual by not saying good luck and have fun himself. It does look like Tommy might be annoying, as many Protoss are, especially great players such as Grubby, by sitting his probe there and not letting Chakra build his expansion in a timely manner like he would probably like. But let's see what goes on in this edition of Probe Wars. Oh, and Tommy kind of botched up his harassment there by kind of moving a little bit too much to the right and letting Chakra actually just put down his expansion anyway. So I don't know, the whole kind of exercise of having the probe there was kind of wasted if you're just going to move the probe out of the way by accident. I must say though, I've always thought this map really benefits both Protoss and Zerg quite nicely, actually, because Protoss do quite well on a kind of open battlefield, and I can't think of a more open battlefield than something like this. I mean, this is a big open flat battlefield, not much to really constrain the amount of vision in between the bases or anything like that, and I can't think of many other decent places for a Protoss player to fight. But you do have the advantage for Zerg here as well, that the natural is actually pretty difficult to expand. As a Protoss, you can't actually do your fast expand that many players would actually usually do against Zerg players. Primarily because and that overlord goes down, by the way. If you are going to be doing your expand here, of course, then you're just open speedling attacks through here as well. So it does make expanding on this map against Zerg a little bit dangerous, to be honest. I don't play Terran yet. I think it's something that I need to look into. Like, I obviously have played Terran in the past. What's going on here? Ooh, a Stargate, which is somewhat hidden. I should really start talking about the game. But I'll just quickly finish up my point. I'd build a planetary fortress, probably. I'm not good enough to be able to defend myself properly. I need my buildings to defend me. Okay, so we do have Void Ray popping out here from Tommy, and his Stargate is obviously in the red base. Awesome. It does look like it's going to be like a secretive kind of project from Tommy as well, seeing as the Stargate is kind of further away from the rest of the buildings here. And I don't think Chakra has actually seen it yet, and it does look like Tommy is going to be going for his expand now. Maybe he's not at all. But Chakra doesn't actually know really what's going on at all inside this base. And we do have the expansion coming down here from Tommy right now. As previously stated, that Ling getting turned into a pile of goo pretty quickly by the literally Stalker Zealot Sentry combo that we have here. And we do have a Zergling on a watchtower as well, and a Void Ray just hovering over the other one, going towards Chakra's base. Now this is what I believe Day 9 called the kind of modern Protoss play, whereas earlier in the game I was talking about the kind of old school Protoss play where you block yourself in across here in order to kind of stop the Zerg from doing any sort of early aggression and absolutely wiping the floor with you. But in the new kind of style of Protoss PvZ, the idea is, or basically according to Day 9, the idea is that you should harass your opponent thoroughly with Void Rays whilst attacking them with Zealots as well. Now we have one piece of the puzzle fairly secure here, but if there were some Zealots running around in through the back here as well, then we could actually see some really nasty damage done by Tommy, and I'm not sure why he pulled away from that fight. I wasn't entirely sure of the circumstances, unfortunately. But we do have 2 more Void Rays coming out here, which will make Tommy's Air Force quite a lot more sophisticated and, quite frankly, better. I actually think that Void Rays are a really nice looking unit in StarCraft. They really do look absolutely really cool. Just quickly pointing out, by the way, that's what I think. Oh yeah, and as well, something I didn't mention about the players earlier, Chakra is Grandmaster, rank 133, and Tommy is rank 17 Masters. So I mean, yes, there is a gap in skill level apparently between Tommy and Chakra, but at the moment, we'll see what happens. And unfortunately, 2 Queens absolutely eating it from Chakra right about now. And it does look like this hatchery will be going down as well, unless Chakra can do something about it pretty soon. I put some Spore Crawlers down there or something like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this expansion is going to be able to be saved at all, because there is just far too much damage being done by these Void Rays. And actually the Void Rays absolutely frying these drones too, just for good measure. There we go. And of course making sure that they are charged as well, which is of course very important indeed. Unfortunately, Tommy not being able to keep them fully charged. He will be wanting to avoid these Spore Crawlers though, maybe get a good angle on them. And he's going to be taking out these roaches too. Basically, the idea of the new kind of PvZ is that you need to make your Zerg opponent live in fear a little bit. Try not to make them so kind of comfortable, which is a very good thing to do against Zerg. This Queen does look like she'll be taken out for her foolishness. Ouch! There she does go, but these Void Rays need to be very careful indeed about the Spore Crawler that's just got down. But Tommy is just actually just going to focus down that Spore Crawler instead, straight away. And I mean, this is where the defense of Chakra is really falling right now against these Void Rays that it just looks like he quite frankly wasn't really prepared for. We do have Overlords being absolutely shot down as well, and of course in the meantime, oh, if Tommy gets hold of these Overlords, that will just say really bad things. Really bad things. Oh my god, if that happens, that'd be so crazy. Tommy does have to be kind of careful about the Spore Crawlers and stuff going down. He is just going on a little bit of a rampage with his Void Rays at the moment. But this is what we call a rampage right up in here. With this Void Ray going down straight away, and with the numbers of Void Rays being decreased slightly, he might have to be a little bit more careful in the future with the amount of Void Rays that he's building, but he is actually building a fairly strong ground army as well as we speak. We do have Corruptors up now, which of course are very good anti-air indeed. I just think that if Tommy had gone off to these Overlords a little bit sooner, then he could have done quite a lot of really damaging, really kind of damaging attacks to Chakra, and perhaps made it so he couldn't even get the Corruptors out, which were actually his downfall at the end of that that string of really kind of successful attacks. Okay, so we do have a rather strong ground army coming out now from Tommy. One thing that I actually always like to try and achieve is to try and force your Zerg opponent to go to go Hydralisks, sorry, it's 3 in the morning, I'm really tired, to go Hydralisks, by using quite a lot of air units in the beginning, and of course all these Stalkers getting quite out of position and will get picked off by the Roaches quite quickly. A couple of Corruptors coming over here and serving more or less no purpose in a Princer attack, which I'm sure was meant for the Colossus, but unfortunately they just didn't get there in time. Okay, so we do have Chakra taking his or her 3rd expansion right now, as well as Tommy kind of moving around the map a little bit with his rather large ground army with the 1/1 upgrades as well. It's important to note. It's also important to note that the Zerg ground army doesn't actually have 1 armor and doesn't actually have it on the way yet. Instead, just making sure that he gets the range upgrade 2 on the way instead. And Tommy is also expanding as well. I think at the moment our clear leader is Mr. Tommy, with his really, really nice kind of setup and harassment sort of build that he's got going on. I just still feel like as if he got hold of a couple of these overlords, it could have been really, really, really bad things for Chakra. But unfortunately, he didn't quite do that. Now, I think Tommy's choices here between getting Immortals instead of Colossi is that Hydralisks burn when hit by Colossi rays. They just simply fry, which is obviously a very good thing. Roaches, on the other hand, I mean, they still burn, they're still damaged greatly by Colossus, but because they are armoured, you might as well just get an Immortal or 2 instead, which, from an analytic point of view, is strictly what I think Tommy has actually done here. I mean, Zealots are always useful in ZVP, but these Force Fields are kind of... Yeah, those Force Fields are actually fairly decent, pushing the Roaches back, and we do have a Guardian Shield coming up from one of the sentries right about now. And then Chakra has actually left the game and GG'd, and it just goes to show that Tommy, who is only rank 17 Masters, players such as him can still touch people who are in Grandmaster League. The Grandmaster League title itself is not really relevant to skill. I mean, of course it is. You're not going to find players like, I don't know, Liquid TLO just, you know, chilling in Plat or Diamond. You know, you'll find them in very high Masters, or very high Grandmasters indeed. But, you know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is you have to kind of be really, really, really good to be a somebody in Grandmasters. That's all I'm trying to say. I won't say anything else. I am absolutely shattered. I know that I've been told in the past to stop blabbering, stop putting personal details into whatever, but hey, screw it, I'm tired. It's 3 in the morning. I really hope you guys enjoy this cast. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed casting it. Have a lovely day, and I'll probably do like 2 or 3 more casts tomorrow. Yeah, so have a nice day and enjoy playing StarCraft. Thanks guys, and I will see you next time.